Today I'm going to be talking about 10 things that 90s kids hated. Now, I thought this would be the perfect video for those 90s kids out there who went through the struggles that all of us 90s kids went through. Well, most of us 90s kids went through. Growing up in an era where technology was now just getting big and all that stuff, we was transitioning and trying to, work with what we had. So I can't wait to talk about this, so let's just hop right into it. So the first thing I feel like us 90s kids hated was when we got knocked offline, when we were online. You know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. Somebody could just call our house phone and then boom, you're knocked offline. The internet freezes up and you gotta shut off the whole entire computer and restart the whole entire computer and go right back online in hopes of another call not coming through. This was the ultimate struggle for us 90s kids, okay? Because at the time, like I said, we couldn't just go on the internet and people can, be on the phone at the same time. You couldn't do all that stuff. You had to choose one or the other. You had to either be on the phone or be on the internet. You could not do both. If you received that call, that was it. Start all over again, and it doesn't matter if you just restarted up your computer. That was it. That was it. Us 90s kids hated that, especially if we were in the middle of a game online or something like that. We used to hate that. Was the call that important to knock me offline? Was the calls really that important? The second thing us 90s kids hated was waiting to rewind the whole entire movie on VHS. Now, today's kids wouldn't know nothing about that. Shoot, DVD players, all you had to do was press a click of a button and you're right to the beginning. Or you can click a button and you're right to the scene where you want it to be, like different scene selections. Like, us 90s kids did not have that type of option. If the movie was at the end, you would have to literally rewind the whole entire movie, and that could take up to 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. Like, it wasn't no push of a button. You literally just had to wait there, and I remember just watching the TV and watching the movie play the whole movie backwards, like just waiting for the movie to play the whole thing backwards. Heaven forbid you went to Blockbuster and you got that movie that was just rewind at the end and they didn't feel like rewinding it back. And at that time, you didn't have to rewind it back. They just put all the pressure on you. Me and my brother really did a good job trying to rewind the movie all the way to the beginning, so that way we wouldn't have to worry about the struggle the next time we want to rewatch the movie again. But I'm telling y'all, if y'all didn't do it, it was a pain in the behind waiting those 10 or 15 minutes for the whole movie to rewind. Like, it just made you not almost want to watch the movie anymore. The third thing that us 90s kids hated was when our CD players skipped. We didn't have MP3 players, we didn't have iPod. I know a lot of 90s kids grew up using Walkman, but CD players were big at the time when I was growing up. So having the CD player skip whenever you would go over a bump, if you're listening to it in the car with your headphones, and like if you went over a bump, boom, it would skip. If you were walking around and you happened to like jump over something, or boom, it would skip. It would skip for any little thing, and it was just so annoying. Luckily, the kids of today will never know that struggle, but if you guys are 90s kids, y'all know that struggle of it skipping through whatever little movement y'all did. Like, that was really the struggle. Fourth thing us 90s kids hated was when we were playing our Gameboys at night. Well, pretty much, you can see. You were not in a well-lit room. Let's say you were in your car, or outside when it's dark and there's no lighting. That was that. The old Game Boys did not have the light up screens and all that stuff. It had dark screens, so you could not see nothing. I remember just always bringing my Game Boy in the car in hopes of some reason I would get some type of light to be able to see to play the Game Boy. And that used to frustrate me so much as a 90s kid. I used to not be able to play my Game Boy at night because I could not see. Now, granted, a lot of 90s kids did have that little light that you can connect to the Game Boy so you can see, but I didn't have that. So for me, it was the ultimate struggle trying to play my Game Boy at night. The fifth thing us 90s kids hated was when our Super Nintendos messed up. We would have to literally take the cartridge and blow on the cartridge inside the cartridge. I remember this perfectly. Me and my brother Those days were a good old day. Whenever me and my brother were playing a video game and it messed up, my brother would take it out, he'd blow on it, pass it to me, I'd blow on it, put it back in hopes it'd work again. Sometimes it'd work, sometimes it didn't. 50-50 chance, you never really knew. But I mean, it really was all a part of the childhood. A lot of 90s kids had that experience, and I think that's what made our childhood, bro. That's what made our childhood. The sixth thing us 90s kids hated was taking pictures on the Kodak and not being able to get them immediately. Nowadays, kids got technology and iPhones and digital cameras where you, of course, take a picture you can see right then and there. Now, if you had a Polaroid, you know, you could take a picture, that's cool. You can easily get it printed out, and that's fine. And even now, Polaroids are making a comeback. But back then, if you had that yellow Kodak camera, y'all know what I'm talking about. That looked like this, and it was a yellow Kodak camera. I mean, the most you could do was wait until like your parents went to go get it developed. And then it's not like nowadays where if you get pictures developed, it takes maybe like an hour or so. It literally took like half the day to get the pictures developed. It did not take quick at all. And I used to hate that. Taking pictures from like my old childhood birthday parties and stuff like that, I have to wait a couple while just to see the freaking pictures. I used to hate that. Nowadays, you guys get the luxury of just taking a picture on the phone, and there it is. The seventh thing us 90s kids hated was the 30-second hit clips. We only got 30 seconds of one of our favorite songs. That's if our favorite song was even included with the hit clip. They had hit clips with like NSYNC, Britney Spears, I know Destiny's Child had one, and but they only play like 30 seconds of your favorite song or something. Like, what was that gonna really do for me? I'm just really thinking, what was the point of buying that just to listen to 30 seconds of the song? What was that really doing for me? I mean, I'm not even getting like a full like 2 minutes or at least half the song. I'm getting literally 30 seconds of the song. I mean, I guess back then it was like such a new cool thing that, you know, everybody had to go out and get it. I know I had a couple of hit clips, but it's just like, why would I spend my money on 30 seconds of a song? I'm just really trying to think, what the heck was that really doing for me? Well, I guess 90s kids was just satisfied with anything back in the days. So. The eighth thing us 90s kids hated was when we got Happy Meal toys and ended up getting the same Happy Meal toy as before. Now, this could obviously happen in this time and age period, but I mean, I'm talking about us 90s kids, okay? 90s kids really. I remember going to McDonald's getting Happy Meals toys in hopes of not getting the same freaking Happy Meal toy that I got before. I would tell my brother, I'm like, you know, if you got a different toy, you know, give me your toy, and if you know you got the same toy, then give me, you know, we could trade, da 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 da. I hated whenever I got a boy toy, and I hated that. I hated when I got a boy's toy instead of the girl's toy. I used to hate that. As I got older, I realized that all my parents had to do was say, I have a girl and I have a guy, like Happy Meal thing. Back in the day, like, I didn't think of it like that. Like, I thought of it as like a chance. Like, you just had that one chance. Like, you didn't know what you were gonna get. You didn't know if you were gonna get a boy toy. You didn't know if you were gonna get a girl toy. You didn't know if you were gonna get the same toy as before. You did not know what you were gonna get. And I guess with maybe not every 90s experienced that. If they were smart, the parents would know to ask for that. But my parents never did all that. They're like, you guys are lucky y'all even getting a Happy Meal. At the time, Happy Meals were kind of expensive, so they didn't really like getting us it. But when we did get it, we just had to take a chance with that. The ninth thing us 90s kids hated was when our skip-its or scooters or any of those other things would hit the back of our ankles. That hurt us so much. Have y'all ever felt a scooter or a skip-it when like hit against your ankles? Like, oh my god, that was the worst pain as a 90s kid. I'm telling y'all. It made me like have to be very careful when playing with a skip-it or playing with scooters because I had to make sure I didn't get hurt. I would go home with so many bruises and stuff against my ankles because, oh my god. But once again, that's just what made us 90s kids, having all these freaking memories about like skip-its and scooters hitting against our ankles. Oh my god, like every 90s kid can relate to that. But it was horrible at the time, and it still is. Like, nobody wants to get hurt. They were just so fun. You couldn't stop playing with them. You could not stop playing with them. The last thing us 90s kids hated. Well, if you had a TV show and let's just say you didn't know what was really coming up next, the only thing you could do was go to that certain channel that had a whole list of TV listings, and that was the way to look to see what was coming on next, or the next hour, or whatever, or what was on right now or playing at that moment. Nowadays, people can see what's viewing tomorrow or the day after that. We have a whole list of things where you can see what's coming on freaking like next week. See what movies are playing, you can see what shows are playing, you can see whatever's playing at whatever time. You were lucky if you were able to catch one of your favorite TV shows on the time slot list. Now, if you happen to walk away or miss like even like 5 seconds of it, that was it. Like, the screen was moving up. It was continuously moving up, and if it missed it, you'd have to wait all the way until it re-showed the listing again. And if they didn't have your favorite show playing, then you just had to wait. That's another thing I hated too. I guess that can be added along with that. If your favorite TV channel did not have your favorite shows playing, I used to hate these days. I used to hate those days that none of my friends would be home to go outside and play. You know, there was just nothing to do. My parents didn't want to take us out. They just wanted to chill in the house, and we'd be going through, the TV channels looking for something to watch, and nothing would be on. I'd be bored. Nowadays, kids have the luxury of going on YouTube. If your favorite show's not going on YouTube, going on I have Xfinity, so going on what is called on demand, going on Netflix or whatever. They got it so easy nowadays to be able to just watch your favorite show. Back then, we didn't have all that. You had to get lucky in order to find your favorite TV show. It popped on whatever it popped on. So guys, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys can relate to this stuff, because I know us 90s kids, what we went through with the struggle. If you guys are a 90s kid, you had anything that you guys hated as a 90s kid that I missed on the list, or you have your own experience, let me know down in the comments below. I like to read comments. I love when you guys comment. I love to comment back to you guys. Not a lot of people really comment on my videos, but when they do, I'm so appreciative of it. I love the comments, and I write back. Please like, share, comment, do all that stuff. Subscribe to me, guys. I got more videos coming. I have a whole list of videos I have in store. But yeah, guys, thanks so much again for watching, and I'll see you guys